What is going on, everybody? It's Random Hero Gaming. It is so nice to be back with you all here tonight. And this is going to be a video talking about a wedding I attended over the weekend. This is the wedding of the guy I made the video about earlier with the bachelor party several videos ago. That was his bachelor party. This is his wedding. It was a destination wedding. We had to travel to Pennsylvania. Me and all of his friends are all from Florida. We flew up there. That's where the girl he married's family is all from the Pennsylvania area. It was on a beautiful golf course / hotel in, let's not say. So we all get there. It's a reunion in many ways. It's a lot of friends together in one place. Friends that grew up in elementary school, went to middle school together, high school, played this game right here, Modern Warfare 2. We all played this game together. There was a large group of us. There was also some people from high school I caught up with I hadn't seen in many years. It was quite the weekend. So to start things off, you get there, and there's the rehearsal dinner with the people involved in the wedding. I'm a groomsman. My brother was the best man. So we get there. There is the rehearsal dinner, and then there's the welcome party where it's people not involved in the wedding all get to go and have some drinks together, catch up, all that good stuff. So it's time for the rehearsal dinner. And there's a table, just so happened to work out. There's a table with all the groomsmen, me, bunch of people I grew up with, some close friends, some other, kind of frat guys my friend went to college with. I didn't go to college with him. And they made a mistake with the amount of people that could sit at our table. So my brother volunteered. He's the best man. My brother volunteers to sit at a different table with the bridesmaids. So my brother, as you know, Chad, has a way of words with women. Very attractive, chiseled jawline, great shape, has no issue attracting a woman. And this is not the first time I've seen this happen at a wedding, so I've spoken about this in a previous video, but my brother had hooked up with one of the bridesmaids at the engagement party. And this was over a year ago. They had gotten engaged. And my brother hooked up with her, went all the way with this girl. Pretty girl. She's the best friend of the bride. And she hooked up with my brother. She had a boyfriend at the time who's now her fiancé. And he is at the wedding sitting next to her. So my brother, because there's some sick satisfaction he either gets or the girls either get from this, it's like holding up a trophy. I don't know. It's strange. It's like strange sexual dynamics. But from a previous wedding I was at, I saw this one girl that got passed around in college, was with her serious boyfriend, sitting in between her serious boyfriend and the guy that hit it and quit it in college many times. So here's my brother, chooses to sit next to this girl that he did the fancy with, made whoopee with, and then on the other side is her now fiance who she cheated on him with, which is just mind-blowing. So we have all the guys at my table. We're just watching this. They're at the table next to us, and we are all just cracking up. Everyone's talking about it. This is hilarious. And then my brother shows a text conversation, comes up to us, he's talking. He's like, oh, yeah, she still thinks about me. And they end up walking hand in hand out during the wedding ceremony. I mean, think about this too. Something just with women is crazy. I know I'm a little all over the place, but this just is mind-blowing to me. So the bride knows her best friend hooked up with my brother, and she still pairs them together. Like, she, the woman, the bride's in charge of who walks out together. The bridesmaids and the groomsmen, they walk hand in hand out together in pairs of two. She puts him with my brother, knowing their history together. And it's like, just bizarre that women do that. But my brother was showing me text message conversations leading up to the wedding, them just going back and forth, like, oh, hey, I heard we're partnered up together. I heard we're walking out together. And they're just like flirting, like, oh, no, ew, I didn't pick that, or oh, no, I didn't mean that, or oh, yeah, it's going to be the best day of your life. You wish you were with me. And they're just flirting back and forth. And I'm just like, block him. But like, why are you going back and forth with him? You have a fiance. You're going back and forth with my brother over text messages. Anyway, I observe things like I'm watching an Animal Planet documentary, and there's chimps fighting for the hierarchy of the tribe in the jungle, in their pack. So that's how I observe life, because I'm kind of just admittedly a side character in all this. I'm a side character. Everyone's living their life, getting married. I'm the side character. I'm not the NPC. I wouldn't say the NPC. I'm the main character's friend that dies tragically to add some emotional breadth to the film. So that happens. They walk out together. Everyone's clowning on this guy. And he's like within distance where he could hear us, but he has no idea we're talking about him. And we're all just laughing. Oh, my brother's sitting next to this guy and his girl. And they're just the talk of the dinner. So that happens. We get through that. Next, it's the welcome party where everyone is sort of together, reuniting. People haven't seen each other in a while. And we're all having a great time. Great time. My cousin's there. He's my age. We have many mutual friends. We're all having a grand old time. My cousin has a girl he's been dating for about a year. My cousin is never single, ever. He's just girl to girl to girl. Another very good-looking, charismatic guy. And his girlfriend gets a headache. And this is probably about 10 o'clock. This party was supposed to run till like midnight, and it was such a great celebration. Everyone was having such an amazing time. She gets a headache and wants to go back to the room, but for some reason she can't do it by herself, so she guilt trips my cousin. I watched this whole thing happen. My cousin's upset. I'm watching the body language, and she gets him to go back to the room. Keep in mind, my cousin hasn't seen all his friends in the same place like this in years, and he's having a great time. And he's still just cowered like a wounded animal. This guy is an alpha male, good-looking guy, in great shape. Probably would beat up 99% of the population. And I'm just watching him tuck his tail between his leg, scurry off to his hotel room, said a little quick goodbye to me, and ran off with her. She was all mad and grumpy. I just can't stand seeing things like that. And again, I'm seeing my friends get married. I'm weighing the cost-benefit analysis of marriage. Do I want this? Do I pursue this? Do I go after this? Am I okay on my own? Am I coping? It's just all going through my head at once. I'm sure you guys can relate. But then let's get to the actual wedding ceremony itself, which was very nice. Again, I'm not a believer of sort of true unconditional love. I'm a bit of a cynic. I'm a bit of a misanthrope. I'm a bit of a freak in that regard. So, that's kind of the viewpoint you're getting this all from. Someone that is quite antisocial. So, if you believe in true love, that's great. I'm not going to shame you for that. I'm still kind of on the fence about that. I lean towards not. But anyway, we get into the wedding, and it's beautiful, and I'm loving it, and I'm emotional. And it's awesome. I love my friend that's getting married. I love his wife. She's a really, really cool person. She's pleasant to be around, which is, man, if you find a woman that's just pleasant to be around, hold on to her tight, because there aren't too many of them, if we're being honest. And I bet you women will be the first to admit that. So we get through the ceremony. It's now the party. And I see a guy I went to high school with that hadn't spoken to, and it's been over 10 years. He's now a passport bro. This guy is very nerdy. He was very, very smart, but extremely nerdy, beta male. Probably like 140 pounds, 5'11", scrawny. And he is now dating a Venezuelan refugee. And she is wearing a dress that is so inappropriate. So just, I mean, she had a banging body, killer body. And her breasts are popping out of her dress. It's like embarrassing. It just takes away all the attention from everything in the room when she walks by. You have to just look at her breasts. They are sticking out and they are magnificent. They are perfectly rounded, and she accommodates it well with her figure. But she didn't even speak English. And the sight of them two together, it just didn't work. Something within you just points to something being wrong there. You just get this gut, this intuitive feeling that something is not quite right. And the girl didn't even speak English, which was just crazy. She didn't even speak English, and she's a Venezuelan refugee, and she's with a guy that, you know, probably is doing well for himself, but girl like that is going to be with Dan Bilzerian, not, Schmendrick over here. So that was odd. First time seeing a real passport bro. And, you know, I heard several people making comments about her and her dress and inappropriate and how crazy it is. And all the guys would stop and stare and look. And it was just odd. If they're happy, God bless them. Who am I to judge? If they're happy, it is what it is. But just saying, it just felt a little wrong. First time I've seen a passport bro. Yeah, man, I would rethink bringing them back to the States. Maybe over there it's a little more, you know, you stay in Caracas, might be a little more accepted, or wherever, or if you just go to Brazil or something. But in America, at a wedding like that, where we know you since you were a little kid, yeah, something's not adding up there. So I saw a passport bro, and then comes the speeches, the best man speech and the best woman speech. My brother gives his speech. It's great. He kind of memorized a lot of it. He killed it. But then it was I don't know, what is it, best woman, bridesmaid? I guess just bridesmaid. The bridesmaid gives a speech, and it's really strange. So I was under the impression, and what my brother had told me and what everyone told me, because again, we didn't grow up with this girl that my friend is marrying. So what happens is she's giving her speech, and all I know from my friend's wife is that she's only been with one other guy her whole life. She was in one serious relationship, and that was that. And then she met my friend, and it was happily ever after. But she starts giving a speech and kind of embarrassing him and her, which was odd. It was, I'll tell you, if I was the man getting married, I would not have been too happy with this. And everyone just kind of smiled and laughed it off, and a little uncanny, a little Lynchian. So in her speech, she says, she embarrassed him. She says, now you're going to have to take care of 2 golden retrievers for the rest of your life, which was like weird because, you know, they have a golden retriever, but they die. But anyway, she basically likened my friend to a golden retriever that's a total submissive husband, wife guy that did uproot his entire life and moved to be with her and left all his friends behind and everything because she gave him an ultimatum. That is a true story. And then she turns to the bride and brings up a story in high school. She says, I'll never forget in high school when we used to sneak out and hang out with guys way too old for us at the diner. And I'm just like, what? I look around at my friends at the table, And they're just like, they don't even look back at me. They're all just smiling. Everyone's clapping and laughing. I don't know why I thought that was just so inappropriate and kind of gross. So you're in high school and you're sneaking off with guys too old for you and you're sleeping around. Like, I would want the Carfax if I'm getting married and sharing my finances. I want to know everything. And maybe he did know all this. I don't know, but I wouldn't have been okay with some. I would have wanted to know a lot more about that. So that happens and no one cared. I'm realizing maybe I'm just not made for this. Maybe I just can't make the concessions needed for the cohesiveness to make this work in the modern day. Maybe I just can't do it. I don't know. I'm a fedora tipping Redditor, sounding like, oh, this world isn't meant for me. I'm an alien. But it was strange, and I recognize, or I came to this realization when I looked around, and I had an issue with that, and I was a little grossed out by that, and everyone's laughing and smiling and clapping, that, yeah, I'm probably going to end up alone. This is not for me. I don't think it will be. I don't think I'll find my person. Because that bothered me, and it didn't bother anyone else. I even asked people about it after. Like, hey, that was kind of strange, She said high school they were sneaking off with guys too old for them, whatever that meant, and laughing about it. And then she called my buddy a golden retriever. I don't know. But I guess I'll be dying alone, being rocked to sleep by my Tesla Optimus bot as I fade off into the abyss. I guess that's my fate. At least my cats won't eat me when I die alone in my apartment. The Optimus bot will call the police when my pulse is gone. Anyway, that's it. It's good to be back. Long video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. This modern wedding culture, it's pretty cucked. It's pretty damn cucked. Not to mention, oh my God, I know I was going to end this video. I'm rambling a bit, but they did a rehearsed dance. It was like, oh, it was so painful. They practiced for like months doing this dance, and then they did it, like doing all these moves, and it was in super slow motion. You could just tell, like, oh my God, this is a very rehearsed dance that isn't very good, that he's just going along with because, oh, honey, it would look great for the cameras. They'll love it. God, I could never do that. God, I can't do that. Women, potential future prospects, that is a warning. Stay far away, because I'm not putting up with that. And it seems like if you want love these days as a man, you're expected to give up a lot and concede a lot. All right, that's it for real this time. That's it for real. Thank you guys if you're still here. I love you.